We had talked about biotic stability. Now question might arise that how this biotic stability comes. Like what all changes an ecosystem or a given landscape or a given region or a given site or a given area must have undergone, if seen in a serial order, what all different stages it must have undergone so that that biotic stability has arrived. So we study that under a topic known as ecological succession. Because we study it in terms of biotic communities, it is otherwise also known as biotic succession. So what is this biotic succession? This biotic succession is a process in which natural development of biotic communities takes place step by step. Okay? It starts from the pioneer community and reaches a stage known as climax community, after which the communities do not evolve. Now, why don't they evolve? Because they are in perfect harmony with the environment. After that, there is no chance of evolution, because when the organisms are in perfect harmony, that means they are able to utilize the environmental condition to the best of their use, they need not to evolve. So, what is ecological succession? First thing is that it is natural development. Now, natural development of what? Natural development of various biotic communities. Now, how is the development taking place? It is taking place step by step or in series of steps. That is known as successive steps, and hence the name succession. Okay? To reach what? A climax biotic community. Now, why this is called climax biotic community? Because it is in perfect harmony with environment, or rather I would say it is in equilibrium with the given site where this natural development is taking place. So, this is what biotic succession is. Now, in biotic succession, when we study it, first of all you have to see that how many types of biotic succession are there. Depending on the type of region, or I would say the region where all this development is taking place, or the habitat that we are going to consider, depending whether it is on land, it is known as whether it is on land, and land, because in the beginning there is no development, there is no biotic community present, either it would be rock or it would be sand. So, we have the condition known as xerarch or xerocer. This is the succession, biotic succession on barren land. It could be on rock or it could be on sand. If the xerocer is on rock, bare rock gets converted to a climax biotic community where it gets converted to a forest, then it is known as lithocer, and if it is on sand, it is known as samocer. Okay? And the other type of biotic succession is hydrocer, where the water body would be converted into the condition where climax biotic community will be prevalent. Now, in both the conditions, from extremely dry and from extremely wet, we have to reach mesic stage, and this mesic stage refers the climax biotic community, that is intermediate, highly dry from xeric to mesic. So, if a biotic succession takes place on a bare rock or sand, it would reach mesic condition. If a biotic succession takes place in a water body, then also it will reach an intermediate mesic stage. This is what biotic succession is all about. This is the introductory lesson where we had talked about the natural development of biotic communities in successive steps to reach the biotic community, which further undergo no evolution because that community is in perfect harmony with the environment. What sort of environment is created? It is the mesic environment. Now, this mesic environment could be created out of totally dry or totally wet conditions. We have two types of biotic successions in the scenario. One is xerocer and other is hydrocer. This you have to keep in mind. Now, moving further, another simple thing you have to keep in mind is that there are various biotic communities which come into scenario when succession is taking place at a certain in a certain area. The first community that comes and inhabits the dry or extremely wet condition, the very first community, biotic community, is known as pioneer community. Pioneer is someone who comes first, so we have the pioneer community. And the last one is the climax community. So succession is nothing but the gradual development of the ecosystem with pioneer community to a stage where the climax community is reached. In between we have several stages. Okay, so these successive steps of a given community or ecosystem from a pioneer community stage to a climax community stage in the given area is known as succession. Alright, so this you have to keep in mind. You have to learn these things. Now when we study further in the next lessons, we are going to see both the types of succession, both xeric and hydrosphere, in detail, how we have the succession in a water body and how we have succession in on a bare rock.